here to whoop ass. Whoop ass. Time for lunch break. I'm the one who brings you pain in the night. I whoop ass till the morning light. Already told you I'm not fake. I beat that ass every single day. I whoop that ass up and down the block. Spank that ass till they call the cops. Still whooping all throughout the town. Gonna let them know I don't fuck around.
Yeah. Welcome to Dr. Miles. I'm your host, Joseph, the Messiah. Wow, in the building. Raise your glass. Toast for the most. Man. Y'all, I would have been back early, but y'all know I had things to take care of. You know what I mean? Well, if you don't, now you know. But yeah, man, I was looking at well, this is old teaching. I got it on the PowerPoint, but for some reason the PowerPoint won't pull it up. So I was able to get the video. So now that I got the video, you know, we just gonna do this just, you know what I mean, freestyle, bro. You know what I mean? Only thing I'm just hoping that the doggone internet don't mess up when I start playing it, man. You know, for some reason, man, I don't know why. For some reason, when you playing these vids to show these niggas to be liars, is more to mess up. But this ain't even about nobody. This about us, man. Like y'all see the name of this, man. Immigration invasion, and y'all gotta understand, cause see this teaching right here is gonna show you fully they plan, how they practice. You know how they practice with lab rats until they ready to bring the cosmetics to the market that's marketable for humans or usable for humans, but still it's not good for the skin. But anyway, man, let me stop running my mouth. A whole lot of niggas like to run their mouth. Me, I like to do like the ancestors and get straight to business, man. Let me get this up on screen real quick. Okay, there we go, man. Japan brought cat killers to the island in 25 years later. And this is what I want to talk about. Because this goes into like gang control, you know, drug control, household control. Man, they've been playing us this whole time. So, man, not to hold y'all up, man, let's go and get to it, man. And I'm gonna stop in between, and we're gonna conversate about this. But for right now, dog, let's get it.
Some parts of the county. To solve this, the government brought mongooses from outside, hoping they would help reduce the snake and cat population and keep people safe.
See, because this goes into black people was a problem in America. So they had to bring in Mexicans and more people to solve the problem, to try to, you know, get niggas to change. But now they found a more effective way, a more effective plan, and that's social media. and they still doing this same thing. But listen, and I'm gonna tell you what it is.
But instead of solving the problem, it led to an even bigger mess. Over the next 25 years, the mongooses created a whole new environmental crisis. Let's dive into this unexpected turn of events that shocked the world. The Habu snake dilemma.
And see, this is what I'm talking about, the nigger dilemma. The nigger dilemma. But yeah, man, y'all gotta recognize what's going on, what they really doing to you. Like, and this is what I say about niggas. I mean, but just imagine gangs being that snake in America, but you ain't do nothing but bring. But man, let's go and see.
For years, venomous Habu snakes caused big problems in some parts of Japan. These snakes didn't just scare people, they were dangerous. Back in 1980 alone, around 400 people were in a share of venomous snakes, but the real troublemakers are the bigger ones, like the Habu and its relatives, the eastern pit vipers. They're part of the same family as rat snakes and puff adders, with distant cousins like coral snakes and cobras. Living near these snakes wasn't exactly a walk in the park, and the chances of getting bitten were pretty high. Habu snake bites were especially bad because, for a long time, there wasn't any antidote. Even when one was finally developed, it wasn't the easiest thing to use. The antidote had to be stored as a liquid, meaning it needed refrigeration. While Habu snakes come out at night. Basically, mongooses seemed like the perfect fix. They're fast, fearless, and skilled hunters. They've even got special venom resistance, which helps them survive cobra bites, making them seem like a natural fit to take on the Habu snakes. But there was a catch. Mongooses are active during the day, while Habu snakes come out at night. Basically, they rarely crossed paths, and when mongooses did encounter snakes, they weren't great at hunting them. Why put in all that effort chasing a snake when there was plenty of easier prey around? Meanwhile, the mongooses were multiplying like crazy. By 2000, things were so out of hand that Japan had to step in with a plan to remove them. Over the years, around 32,000 mongooses were captured, and the last one was caught in April 2018. Since then, no new ones have been seen. Experts officially declared Amami-Oshima mongoose free, and the Ministry of the Environment celebrated a job well done. How did Japan manage to get rid of the mongooses? That's a whole other story. But it's safe to say the mongooses didn't end up celebrating along with them. The mongoose crisis.
Yeah, man, kind of, let me just, I'm going to interrupt right now, man. Kind of remind me, dog, like, how the gang spread out like wildfire because they thought if they added, you know, different ethnic backgrounds, they were expecting one change, but the change went another way. I don't want to give away the shocker, man. I was going to say a better word, but I don't want to give away key things. But the mongoose crisis, a threat to wildlife, because when you brought other ethnic groups here, only thing you did was just help the gang culture spread like wildfire, bro. Like, instead of blacks getting knocked off, people gravitated more to the culture. And now, not only do you got a problem of black gangs, but Latino and other different gangs that are in America, that which lives up on the, I want to say, the hip hop section of America. Because we're going to get into it. That's another old teaching I haven't put out yet. But far as that, man, I ain't gonna run my mouth anymore. Let me try to get it to the right time. We'll just play it from here. Let's get it.
A threat to native wildlife. At first, traps were set up along roads to catch the mongooses, but they didn't work well. The mongooses just weren't interested. It quickly became clear that a better plan was needed. Eventually, special traps, toxic bait, and strong-smelling attractants were used instead. These did a much better job of drawing the mongooses in.
Yeah, drawing you niggas in because they found out what you niggas like. See, they sent a whole lot of different people in America to see what this is going to do, how it's going to affect the population. And I was going to wait to get his way, but you know what? I still am, man. I still am. Let me stop. Let me make sure. That's good. Let's get to this and speed it up. I ain't trying to be here all night, man. Hey, I don't know what the hell happened then, but you know what it
where
is.
These animals have also been spotted. There's a real concern that mongooses from Okinawa could make their way back to Amami Oshima, undoing all the progress and forcing Japan to start over. Mongooses have been in Okinawa much longer than on Amami Oshima. They were introduced during the Meiji era, about 70 years earlier, when 17 mongooses were released. Okinawa's warmer climate and habitat are a better match for the mongoose's natural range, so they thrived there. With higher birth and survival rates, controlling the population is even more challenging. While the success on Amami Oshima is inspiring, the ongoing battle in Okinawa reminds you that conservation work takes time, persistence, and a lot of effort. The dangers of biological control, lessons learned. Right now, the mongoose population.
And this is what they've been doing to us from day one, biological control. Go do your research on that. Because they studied the animals first. That's why I say they took the ancestors' science. They took our ancestors' science. I wanted to say something else, but science is better because our ancestors took time to understand the earth. What better way to know how to succeed in life than to learn the very thing that helps, gives, and sustain life for every creature? Man, but a lot of niggas don't think like that, man. And that's why we find ourselves, man, looking at the white man or the other races as a dominant when we only got ourselves to blame, man. You know, but they couldn't do it with immigration. That's why the Mexicans got to go. But see, just like that mongoose, those Mexicans, it's hard to get up out of America now that you done released that. So they try to offset it by bringing in European, Africans, and other different types. I mean, they've been trying to get everything to stop the behavior, the vicious behavior that we have. Now, I wouldn't say the procedure of biological control didn't work on the people in the United States. I say it had somewhat of effect, but the greatest effect that it had on people now is the social media technology. Now it's time for phase 2. Well, actually past phase 2, but just saying. They tried to do it with biological control. So they try to do it through propaganda ads and TV, and knowing that the next generation mind might be stronger. So the device for that procedure to break their mind, they had to come with the internet. And most of the old niggas like me done got caught. Man, look, but let me go and finish and I'll tell you about that. But they also got old niggas like me and you up in this internet now. The women, they starting with it. The niggas, they gangsterizing with it. And it's like different sections. Then you got some women over here, it's the gossiping section, you know, they little group. Then you got niggas over here, gossiping section, you got their little group. I mean, you got people of all different types and stuff. And like when I was going over the word algorithm, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this up real quick and we'll get, you know what? I'll do that after that. Let's just go and get back to this, y'all.
Population in northern Okinawa is under control, but they're still thriving in the central and southern parts of the island. To stop them from spreading, fences have been put up, and so far, they seem to be working. These fences aren't very tall, but they have an L shape at the bottom to keep mongooses from digging underneath. Since mongooses don't usually climb over them, the fences help keep their numbers in check. However, just like on Amami Oshima, the survival of 3 native bird species in Okinawa depends on controlling the mongoose population. If this idea of bringing in mongooses...
Because I just had to stop. Didn't or isn't the narrative or the stats is that most of these white men, so-called white men, will be dying off in a certain year, whatever, and the population of niggas and Mexicans gonna grow? So if that being the case, I can't say if it's true or not. This would be the perfect thing to do a biological control within America, like they do, like they in every other part of every country. It just ain't America. You know what I mean? But it's funny. But let's keep on, because man, I told y'all these are the altered states of America. Because everybody in America got some type of state of mind that is altered by the living and by the conditioning, meaning being put through the MK Ultra procedure. Just in the what they did, they got more advanced. They didn't need TV. They didn't need you to keep watching TV. Now you become that person that give you whatever desire that's truly deep inside of you. And you see it on this social media and a whole lot of people. But let's finish on out, man, and get and learn more about this biological control, that they have on us.
To control pests, familiar, it's because it's part of something called biological control. This is a method where one species is introduced to manage another. It's actually a whole field of science. Usually it starts with studying the pest and its natural predator. Then, scientists research whether releasing the predator could harm other species in the area. Only after lots of careful studies do they release the predator to handle the problem. Biological control has been around for a long time and can work really well. For example, farmers often use predatory insects to protect their fruit trees and gardens. But, as you can see from the mongoose situation in Japan, this method needs to be used very carefully. If it's not handled right, it can lead to unexpected problems. It can be helpful. It's always a balancing act to make sure the benefits outweigh the risks.
your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make your browser
The mongoose mistake, Hawaii and beyond. Mongooses have been introduced to places like Cuba, Croatia, Jamaica, Haiti, Puerto Rico, Belize, and Panama. And in some cases, it worked out. But when
All
Hawaii tried it in the
combination.
1800s, things didn't go as planned. Back then, sugarcane was Hawaii's biggest crop, and rats were a huge problem because they kept chewing on the stalks. Plantation owners were desperate, and in 1872, they heard about how Caribbean sugar producers used mongooses to control rats. It seemed like a great idea. Bring
Notice
in
how they
mongooses
dealing
from
with
India to eat the
agriculture
rats and problem solved.
and learning.
In the 1880s, planters brought 72 mongooses from Jamaica to the Big Island. Their offspring were sent to Maui, Molokai, and Oahu. But some people on the Big Island weren't convinced and felt more research was needed to see how mongooses had worked in the Caribbean. Unfortunately, their concerns were brushed aside, and soon the plan's big flaw became clear. Rats are active at night, but mongooses are active during the day. This meant they hardly ever ran into each other, so the rat problem.
See, was the same damn problem that they had with the mongoose and the snakes. Same damn problem. One's a nocturnal creature, one's a daytime creature. You know what I'm talking about. And this shows you how can I say it? How unadvanced their science was back then. Even then. Because if they had studied closer, they would have knew one was nocturnal and the other one was a day creature. But that's a slight miscalculation on the science that we had back then. But see, my thing is, it's still the same way when you're dealing with Americans right now. A slight miscalculation. So some got to get the fuck up out of here, and some you can't get up out of here. They're indigenous now. But let's finish on out, man.
Problem didn't go away. Instead, mongooses turned to easier prey, like native Hawaiian birds and turtles. They ate eggs, making things worse for Hawaii's wildlife. As native species started disappearing, the government tried putting up barriers to protect reserves, but it was too late. Mongooses have been blamed for the extinction of at least 8 Hawaiian bird species, including some on the endangered list. This has been devastating for Hawaii's unique wildlife. Interestingly, Hawaii doesn't call the mongoose introduction biological control because no one assessed its environmental impact beforehand. Hawaii isn't alone in this mistake. In 1872, a British colonist brought mongooses to Jamaica to control rats, but instead they caused bird and reptile populations to drop and triggered a tick outbreak. When he complained, British officials dismissed him, thinking nature would balance itself out. Spoiler, it didn't. Hawaii's story, much like Jamaica's, shows how important it is to study the effects of introducing new species. Without proper research and planning, what seems like a good idea can create huge problems for local ecosystems. Out of lizards. On 4 small islands in the Caribbean Sea, St. Croix, ground lizards dart through the fallen leaves, foraging and fighting to survive. Sadly, these lizards no longer exist on St. Croix, the island they're named after. They were completely wiped out there because of 2 major threats: the arrival of mongooses and land development. On 2 nearby islands, only about 400 lizards managed to survive, lucky ones that escaped being eaten. Thankfully, conservationists stepped in just in.
I just have to interrupt real quick about the lizard part real quick. So, knowing that the lizard became extinct by renovation and putting up buildings and pushing them out, and mongooses killing them, we got people getting pushed up out of their homes or the neighborhoods, and we got gangs steady killing each other and innocent bystanders. And then we even got regular folk, I think, doing more killing than the gangbang. But that seems like a great way to be extinct, like that lizard, man. Just want to get that in.
The remaining lizards were relocated to safer areas where they could live without the constant threat of predators. These efforts paid off, and their population has now grown to nearly 3,000. Scientists are still hard at work to ensure these lizards don't disappear entirely. They're Their ultimate goal is to reintroduce the lizards to St. Croix, giving them the chance to return to their original home. This mission is a critical step in preserving the unique wildlife of the Caribbean and protecting these incredible creatures for future generations. A 4,000-year-old idea. In a recent study of 4,000-year-old Egyptian tombs, researchers found something amazing. A drawing of a person leading what looks like a mongoose on a leash. It's the only image like this ever discovered in Egyptian art, and it clearly shows a collar and leash on the animal. While mongooses have never been fully domesticated through controlled breeding, some cultures have kept them as pets, mostly to control pests like snakes, rats, and mice. This ancient drawing gives us a peek into how valuable mongooses were in the past. What's even more interesting is why the mongoose might have been leashed. Scientists think it could have been trained to scare off birds, making hunting easier for humans. There's even some debate about another leash in the same drawing. Some believe it's tied to a dog, while others argue it might belong to a hornless goat. This artwork opens a small window into the daily lives of ancient Egyptians and their unique relationships with animals. Officer Mongoose. Here's a wild idea that almost became reality. In Sri Lanka, where dogs usually handle the job of sniffing out illegal substances, someone thought, why not try mongooses instead? After all, locals have relied on these feisty creatures for generations to chase away cobras from their farms. So, a pilot project was launched with a $50,000 grant, and a specialist was hired to see if mongooses could take on this surprising new role. The National Zoo even offered its grounds for training. The plan? Release a few mongooses into a cargo container filled with car parts. If they sniffed out anything illegal, their tails would puff up as a signal. Believe it or not, mongooses can be trained, and they totally aced the test. Sadly, despite their success, the project was shelved due to changes in leadership and political hurdles. It's a real shame because the idea of mongooses working as customs officers is pretty amazing. Just picture them on the job, sniffing out contraband.
Like I said, man, I don't want to be here too long, man, but I'm just hoping y'all getting the picture of what's really going on around you. I mean, why do you think last year I was calling you lab rats? I even warned y'all of this last year. But due to niggas caught up in their own self, a man will be lover of them own selves. Instead of seeing the truth. See, we complain about, oh, they up in here trying to get us out of here. Tell you, you damn right, they trying to get you up out of here. If they can't get you to transform, and they found it to be a problem. That's why other immigrants had to get the fuck up out here. You can imagine if them Cubans had a came. I hope man. If I'm wrong, just tell me. It may not be Cuban, but y'all remember when the Cubans were trying to come over here because of the storm and shit, and they turned them back. If you had set them and released them out here on the streets of the United States, boy, that was going to be the match to blow up a whole lot of shit. See, that's why you got to be careful and be watchful and mindful of who or what group is coming over here. Because no matter what, it's going to affect you. But like I said, it did somewhat help, to see the result of the procedure of how y'all would react. But then it also let them see that they had much success with the TV propaganda, the real MK Ultra, the old one. So they had to be more advanced and innovate. And I'd be damned if they didn't do it. And I'd be damned if we didn't fall for it. See, when you've been studying animals and people for years, you start to really understand more, and people become easy to control. Just like it's easy for you to tell a person something, show them a book and a smile, and you got them. Show friendly vibes, and you got them. I mean, so many people bred on being smart. How smart are you when a so-called preacher, and I'm sorry to go to this again because it is getting old, but how can a so-called man of God hold you niggas as hostage till you niggas came out your pockets? And I'd be damned if these people did not give up their money. And that wasn't even the money that God was talking about. See, when you dumb on literature or history, you become a victim. That's all the Bible was trying to get you dumbass niggas to see. When you believe every man that come your way, that's why the Bible said every man is a liar. Let God be true. Let the God in you be true. But a lot of niggas can't find the God in them because they got so much of this altered mind through these experimental procedures. And just so happen, one of them is biological control and the other is MK Ultra. Now you don't get to dream about being a superstar or actor. Now you really get to become that of what you desired in your head when you was a kid. See, this is how I see it, and I'm foreseeing what might be the problems. If I get myself to emerge into this social media bullshit of trying to, get likes, I'm gonna find myself caught up in that same trap. And I can't let niggas get me caught up in this type of bullshit. Man, I'm here just to tell the real. If I'm telling the truth, let my truth be my truth. Stop trying to let my truth be your truth when it's really not. That's when you find that the social media, man, like niggas, that's why everything goes wrong when you dealing with niggas. I mean, niggas, boy, niggas. Yeah. They so smart in deceiving the next man or hating on the next man, but ain't too smart to realize they ass caught up in experimental states, nigga. Because every state got a different procedure that they put on the different people from their region, from their heritage and everything else. You motherfucker, boy, I'm telling you, man. This is why I get so upset, bro. This is why I get so upset. Because I'm sitting back and you try to help niggas, but the more you try to help niggas, niggas try to help themselves to your shit. And then when they do that, they even take away of what was intended from where it first came from. It's just like as simple as if you tell a nigga something, a nigga gonna add his bullshit to what he heard from you, and then you know it goes to the next one, and next one, next one. And this shows these gossip ass niggas when you see them do shit like that. So, oh, these the gossiping ass niggas. Cause they'll hear something and they'll run with it and add their shit to it and tell it to somebody else. Now the meaning, the real meaning is really taken away from it. So now you sit back and you rob the people. Now, when I was telling you about the spirits and everything and how people like to pick up different spirits as a form of weapon, but it's all negative. Now, the next dude heard this and talked about how he stole a cap and he lied about it and didn't tell nobody and hid it. Now, see, that's a whole totally different understanding from the way I put it. But see, this is how you know gossiping ass niggas. And it's sad, man. I try to bring life, and really, I'm really bringing life to people. But because of niggas' own insecurity and that and begging for validation, they'll sit there and do this type of female shit. Because let's be honest, that's basically what it is. Because if you're a real nigga, when a nigga tell you something, you ain't finna go and gossip unless you got that shit from your mama. That's why you gotta watch niggas, man, these old motherfucking authors of imposters. These, I'm telling you, man, these old historian reporters. If somebody already authored something, they author it, nigga. Shut the fuck up and do you. But it's so hard for our people to do that. And I understand, man. Your mind fucked up. You've been experimented on, nigga. You one of the weak-minded niggas. So how can I even get around a nigga like that? If I go tell this nigga to do something, this nigga gonna do some shit he want to do. That's just like me. If you in charge and then you tell me something and I take that and I add the shit I want to add on to what you said and then come back goddamn got the wrong goddamn shit. I'm telling you, man, it don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. But yeah, man, we gotta get up out of this bullshit, man. I mean, that's why I ask y'all to reflect to your remembrance, to your past. So you can reverse entering into this shit, and now you can step back from it. Because the thing about it, you gotta look at it like this. Now, in my past, I wouldn't agree with the shit going on now. Because I'm involved, I'm gonna agree with some of the bullshit. Now you got to see and make the distinction. What was right from your past and what's right from your present time, and you got to figure out what's wrong from what was wrong from your past, as well as what's wrong from this present time right now, and weigh that shit out. But I know a lot of you niggas won't even take time to do that. Like, mark my words, you'll see these same gossiping ass niggas after I drop this try to do the same shit. Yeah, they're a bitch just like their mama. I'm sorry. That's what bitches do. Niggas don't. Niggas do. And that's the last thing I want to do is emulate another nigga. I mean, that's kind of like some stalker shit, right? You try to do everything a nigga do. Ain't that stalker shit? Somebody talk to me, man. Tell me something. If a nigga keep doing the same stuff you do, that gets kind of creepy over time. Because then now you start getting fearful of your life. So you might see the nigga if you in LA somewhere, man. Hell, you might see him in a part of the Midwest or the South. You know what I mean? And the good thing about down south, man, you can carry it. But other than that, man, just saying, like, the things these niggas do, they give feminine, they give female vibes, and they give stalker vibes. Because you watching everything I do and trying to emulate it, homie, you a stalker. This is true. If I'm lying, somebody drop or whoever dropped a video, tell me and let's bring up this conversation. I want everybody to do this. Bring up this conversation and ask the majority of the people. When a person keeps emulating you and doing the same thing you do, is that stalker vibes? Because if it is so, you got a lot of stalking ass niggas on this internet, man. And with that, man, you know what I'm saying, man. I think we about to go ready to get up out of here, man. Man. It's been nice kicking it with y'all, man. You know what I mean? This is your boy, Joseph Israel. Well, drop the Israel because we're going to find that out, what that Israel means. I want to drop, but I got too many stalkers right now. So I had to do something different. Sign up for my Facebook, Jesus Justice League, and y'all be able to see the same videos that my members watch. Man, and they're here to the game, and it's a good thing that I got witnesses. And it's a good thing, you know, I'm getting more proof because now, you know, I had to go over some transcript to make sure everything was written right. So whoever used my shit is gonna come out, man. It's gonna come out soon. whoever doing their little dirt, it's gonna come out soon. Then when that's gone, what you gonna be looking for the next nigga to feed off of? I tell you, man, these zombie ass niggas. Cause when they can't eat off you no more, or eat off your thoughts and your knowledge, they gonna find the next other nigga that come to this social media shit and prey on them. And these niggas predators, man. Kind of like PDLs, huh? Man, but anyway, man, this is your boy Joseph, man, the Messiah, and we out this thing, man.